morning, guys. Today's video, I'm not sure how well today's video is going to be received, but I feel like it's something that needs to be talked about more. A lot of us have children, and we want them to go to college and go to school and stuff like that, and that's all fine and dandy. But what about these trade jobs? What about trade school? What about skilled technical school? In my personal opinion, a lot of times it's better than actual college. A huge percent of college students will go to college, they'll get a degree in something, and then when they get out, they don't even use the degree because there's no jobs available in that field. It's hard to find a job in that field. They find out that they're interested in something else. They're not so interested in what they thought they were interested in. Or just shortly after they actually start a job in the field that they got a degree in the path that they took, they find out it's just not them. We have a dying trade industry. When children go to school, they're often taught that college, education, and to an extent, I do agree. What I don't agree with is shying children away from small engines class, woodworking class, auto body at the co-op, there's an accessory program or something to go along with your mainstream program. Sending them to the VOTEC school for a couple hours throughout the day, enrolling them in a program where they actually get to use their hands and learn something about a physical, dying trade. We have a society that's wanting children to sit behind computers in offices and cubicles, and they're becoming soft. They're becoming uncalloused. They're becoming sensitive. We have an industry that's dying, that's willing to pay big money for people to be out here doing the work that it takes to get these physical trade skill jobs done, that somebody will reap the benefits of their entire life if they choose to take that path and do it. I didn't go to regular college. I went to trade school. When I came out of trade school, I was making more money than most people did that came out of college. A 4-year degree is great. A 6-year degree is great. I'm not talking about anything in the negative aspect to that at all. If that's your thing, do it. But if you're interested in physical labor, that makes and yields a good living and good money, don't be afraid to take that path. The industry is looking for you. The industry needs people like you. It's a dying industry. I came out of trade school and I started out at about $20 an hour. Within 2 years, I worked my way up to $25 an hour. After 2 years of being in the field, I felt I was marketable enough and had my feet wet enough that I could branch off and see if I could actually start to do a little bit better. I found a company that was willing to give me another $1.50 an hour. And I got better, and I learned more, and I wanted to learn the next job, the next guy's responsibility, even if it meant me staying longer, working longer, not making as much money as I thought I should. Eventually, it got me to the spot I am today, 15 years later, where I'm making $40 an hour base pay. This industry, the physical labor industry in general, the road construction workers, the pipeline workers, the oil drillers, the mechanics, the infrastructure builders, the iron workers. These people make good money. They make a good living. And oftentimes they're smarter than a lot of these kids that come out of college because of everything that they have to go through. I have to be able to look into a vehicle and look at programming to figure out what's wrong with this vehicle. It's not about a mechanical function anymore. My brain has to work more than one way. I have to know E divided by I times R. If I have a certain amount of voltage, then I need to know if my intensity and my resistance is correct. I need to know what these things are in order for me to figure out an outcome of what an object is supposed to perform like and not perform like. If a circuit's doing what it's supposed to do and not do. If a computer's trying to shut down a circuit because it detects a fault and it's trying to protect it from further, I need to know what field bore size, stroke length. I need to know clearances, tolerances, fluid pressures. I need to know so much in my field in order to be functioning and adequate to make sure that I get to a spot where I can be better. It's just not just a trade where you're just some grease monkey like it used to be called. Iron workers, the stuff that they go through and the physical labor that they have to put in, it's unbelievable. Welders, pipeline workers, people that build the highways and stuff like that, these guys are making $40, $50, $60, $70 an hour. These trades, they need to be filled. They're looking for people constantly. I understand the warmth behind going to an office and sitting behind a desk or a computer in the AC or the heat whenever you want it, and some high rise looking across the city as you can see the magical skyline and the Skittles falling from the rainbows. I get it. I get it. But it's not me. I need to be physical. I need to be working. I need to be making money. I need to be a tradesman. And we need more tradesmen. So those of you out there that see your child that likes taking things apart, likes being physical, likes playing with trucks and working on things and tinkering, you might want to think twice about letting them be in some kind of physical trade. You might set them up better for future success with a family and children and everything else being able to provide if you can detect something early on and educate them on the differences between a regular college and a trade college. Hell, I know guys that came out of high school, started working concrete and siding and stuff like that, and got in the trades that way, and now they're like big giant homes, multiple cars, families, everything. Yeah, they're a little busted up and sore because of the physical labor their whole life. I know guys that are fully vetted and retired at 41 years old because they started so early and they don't ever have to work a hard day again in their life because they got in the physical trades early and they got out and they're super healthy. They did what they were supposed to do early on. They stuck their nose to it. They grinded it out, and now they've got a pension at 41 years old, working a second union job where they're a supervisor where they don't have to do anything physical, putting into their pension there. This is a life that a lot of people would really appreciate and enjoy. We should think about talking to our children more about the physical aspects in life and how they can set themselves up for success by going that venue and not always pushing a 4-year college. They could always go back, but let's face it, a lot of our children, they go to a 4-year college and they get indoctrinated by the education board that this is the way it has to be, that that's the way it has to be, and that's not the way it has to be, and that's actually not the way that it is. We should be very, very, very conscious of the education system in general. Nothing wrong with it. But a lot of teachers today have agendas. A lot of them make our children feel like after 4 years, they're able to go into a child's life and be this ultimate counselor that knows everything about parenting and giving advice. It's not how it is. We all know a lot of these education boards push for certain biased educational learning. There's a huge problem in our education system today. There's a huge problem with the way our kids go to school and they come back acting completely different than they did when they left. They think they can get away with murder at school, and they're being taught that certain ways in life are normal when it's really not. Don't give up on the trades, guys. Don't give up on the skilled trades, please. They're waiting for you. It would be a good life.